All right, good morning. So if you're tuning in to today, then we're going to be talking about two-digit divisors. And you have this paper in front of you, and we're going to get busy right away. So the story says, Mr. Yates owns a smoothie shop. To mix a batch of his famous smoothies, he uses 18 fluid ounces of orange juice. Each day he uses 558 fluid ounces of orange juice. How many batches of smoothies can Mr. Yates make in a day? So since we have a person in the story and they're doing something, I'm going to go ahead and create my window pane so I can organize all of my thinking. And I'm going to go back and read this again. And as I read, I'm going to circle the pieces of information I think might help me find out how many batches of smoothies he can make in a day. So it says Mr. Yates owns a smoothie shop. Okay? To mix a batch of his famous smoothies, he uses 18 fluid ounces of orange juice. So he makes a batch, so that would be one batch. And when he makes one batch, he's going to use 18 fluid ounces of orange juice. Each day, he uses 558 fluid ounces of orange juice. So this represents the total amount that he uses in one day. So I'm going to go back to my pen and I'm going to draw a little arrow. Total in a day. All right. How many batches of smoothies can Mr. Yates make in a day? So if we know the total and we know that he uses 18 every time he makes a smoothie, then let me draw a picture to kind of organize my thoughts. So here is all of the orange juice. So this box is going to represent the orange juice, and the orange juice that's represented is 558 fluid ounces. He's going to make smoothies. So every time he makes a smoothie, he uses 18 ounces. He makes another smoothie, he uses another 18 ounces. And he's going to continue to do that 18 every time. So these are equal amounts. And the minute I think about this being equal, I should think to myself that this is either multiply or divide. So my job is to figure out how many smoothies he can make. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to think about, well, what would give me that answer? So if I multiplied, I would get a number larger than 558. So I definitely would not want to multiply. Because what I'm wanting is I want information that will tell me how many smoothies. So that's going to be a smaller amount. So that means I'm going to divide. So I'm going to go back and fill in my other pieces of information. So my question says, how many batches of smoothies can Mr. Yates make in a day? He can make blank batches. Okay. And if I'm dividing, then I'm going to go ahead and make a top-bottom chart right over here with my T and my B. And remember, when we're making our top-bottom chart, the numbers on the left, the top numbers are only 1 through 9. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And I'm going to be counting by 18. So at this point, I'm thinking, well, what would be the easiest way to count by 18s? So the number 18 is made up of the number 10 plus 8. That gives me 18. So, or it could be 20 minus 2. That gives me 18 as well. So as I do my count bys, I'm thinking it might be easier to count by 20s and subtract 2 every time to get a quick bottom number. So if we're starting with the number 18 and I go 20 forward, that's 38, minus 2 gives me 36. 20 forward would be 56, minus 2 would give me a number of 54. 20 forward would be 74, minus 2 would give me 72. 20 forward would be 92, minus 2 would give me an answer of 90. 20 forward would be 110, minus 2 would be 108. 20 forward would be 128, minus 2 would give me 126. 20 forward would be 146, minus 2 would give me 144. And 20 forward would be 164, minus 2 would give me 162. Now that was a pretty quick and easy way to write my 18s because I don't know my 18s off the top of my head. Now I'm going to go over here and build my house, and I'm going to put my total in my house, 558. We're dividing by the number 18. But before I do any more of that, I'm going to make a quick estimate. So just like we did yesterday, we're going to think about this number being closest to the nearest 100. So the nearest 100 to 558 would be 600. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here and I'm only going to think about the number 60. So I'm thinking about getting as close as I can to 60, and that could be 54, and we're going to add a 0 to make that 540. And the number right past 54 is 72. So we're going to call this 720 by adding a 0. If we divide these by 18, we'll be able to get that easy range of where our answer should fall. So if I think about 54 divided by 18, that answer is 3. So I can write 3, and then I need to add 1 0 because we're talking about 540, not 554. So that answer would give me 30. When I think about 72 divided by 18, that answer is 4. But we don't want to write 4, we want to write 40 because we're talking about 720 divided by 18. And remember, it's those relationships that will help us get good estimates. Boys and girls, this is my range. My answer should be somewhere between 30 and 40. At this time, I'm going to go ahead and divide this out. 18 divided by 5, or how many groups of 18 are in the number 5? There are 0, so I'm going to put an X. How many groups of 18 are in 55? Well, I'm going to go over to my bottom area, and I see that the number is 3. 3 goes on top. 3 groups of 18 is 54. 55 minus 54 is 1. And I bring down my next number, which is 18. I start this process all over again. How many groups of 18 are in 18? Well, that's right. There's just one. One group of 18 is 18. And 18 minus 18 is 0. Now when I go back and I look at my answer, I see that I have an answer of 31. Does 31 fall into my range of between 30 and 40? That's right, it does. So he can make 31 batches with 588 fluid ounces of orange juice.